If you clicked on this video, I just wanted to say thank you. But, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the channel, man. So, today, I made a video about this about 2 weeks ago. This was before, I got my camera and everything. I thought I'd make a sequel to it or make another part because I think I could have went more in depth and talked a little bit more about how important it is to be able to live life in the moment. Because, I kind of went over it earlier and it was like a 3-minute video and I kind of just like went over it briefly. Yeah. And so 2.5 months ago, I was sitting at a point where I was on my phone a lot and I was always distracted and I was always focused on like social media, always like on YouTube, just not focused on like what I was doing like in my life, like at the moment. Like, I was always just scrolling just endlessly, just brain dead. And then I finally just realized, like, once I got off my phone completely, like, so whenever I wake up, I got my camera now, so whenever I was doing all my recording on my phone, I would have my phone on me more, of course, but I'm on my phone for an hour and a half to 2 hours a day, and that goes from 10 hours, and it's a big cut down. It's like 80% down, or down 80%, sorry. And once I did that, and I think that's the first step to really being able to live like in the moment, is being able to escape technology, always looking at a screen. So that's the first step, in my opinion, for being able to live in the moment. So, once I really started to put it in my head and tell myself that more and more, whenever I'd be distracted or be worried about something or be thinking about what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'd just be like, just relax and just focus on what I'm doing right now. And I think that helps people really become more successful, because whenever I'm at the gym, say, and I'm thinking about, well, damn, I got to go to work after, or shit, I got to go get food, I got to go to the store, I got to pay a bill, I got to do something, right? But when I'm just focused on, my form, everything, and I'm just really focused on what I'm doing in the moment, it's just like you seem to be better at everything you're doing when you're not like worried, or like when you're more stress-free, plus like being just like in the moment. So my dad told me something the other day, and he was like, how is this, or pardon me, he said, tell me how this isn't the most important moment of your life right now, or the most important thing going on in your life right now. And me and him were just having a conversation, just standing in the middle of the kitchen. And you think about it, and you could think of some excuses. You're like, well, I gotta go to pick up my kid, yeah, and I gotta go to the gym, I gotta go do this, whatever. You can make excuses. That doesn't make you right, though, because that moment in your life, every second, like right now, this second is the most important moment of my life. It is a mentality that you really, it's like a level of delusion in a way, because obviously this isn't the most important thing, because this isn't the most important second of my day. But if you just treat every second like you want to take advantage of every second of your day, you just get so much more done, and the energy that you feel is a lot better than just being on your phone. Because once you've like, it's hard to word it as somebody who hasn't experienced it for too long, or I'm not like super profound with like how I speak, but it's just really a way to just think of every second. Like, you want to just get the most out of every second, just focus on what you're doing that second. And it's something that's really like opened up my mind up a lot, and I think it's helped me a lot. I think that's something that help other people, but I can just keep going with this. I might just make this more like a ramble, but also like 2 months ago, I stopped sports gambling, and I officially have stopped about a week ago. I disabled all my accounts for 3 years. So when I say I stopped, it means I stopped doing large amounts of gambling. And then I was doing like $20 a week for like last like 2 months. But once I stopped that too, it's also so big when you are in addiction, or if you're in a time where you're not like being able to live in the moment, or you're always stressed out, or if you're dealing with something. It's always the most important thing is just to take that big step. Once you take that first step, it's easier to take that second step, and the third. You can start getting on a roll, start building a little bit of momentum. So whenever I was dealing with my addiction, I would just delete that, whatever. That obviously didn't do anything, because you could just go download the app and then just do it again, right? And then what would I do? Well, delete the card information, delete my card. Now you can't use your card. You could put the card information back pretty quick whenever your friend would bring it up, because it would be easy for me to just stop. But then a thing I dealt with was it was easy to start. So like if my friend was sitting there and he was like, yo, you want to gamble tonight? You know, the Steelers are playing the Ravens. Hell yeah, bro. My Steelers finna win by 40, bro. I'm finna put 100 on it. Whoa. Why did we just go to 100? And it was such like I have such a bad like impulse. It's just like I kind of want to like rush. And something I've also learned is like being patient. You know, maybe I talk about patience now. Something I've also been trying to learn more and do more is to have patience with people, because I'm a short-tempered guy, I'll be honest. And with some things, I think I find it valid still, but then other things I'm like, why am I in a rush? Why can't I just live in the moment? And it all comes back to that, really. And once I just started to realize I can just chill. Like when I'm editing a video, instead of rushing, I gotta get it done. Who cares if I don't get it done till tomorrow? But just keep working on it. You know, make it the best you can. Don't try to rush. Just take your time, be patient, just focus on what you're doing. So, it's just such a thing you have to just repeat to yourself, because if you've somehow made it this far in the video, I think you agree with me. So I'm not preaching to the people that like don't like do this or like just think I'm just talking out of my ass, but it's just big for me. It's just big for me because being patient and being able to just like have good self-control too, like back to with my gambling. Once I officially took that big step, it just helped me so much to be able to actually just not have that impulse to just want to go do it, because I can't. If I really wanted to gamble right now, it would be really, really hard, because if I go on someone else's phone to log into my account, it would be a long process, and I'm too lazy for that because I know I don't want to do it, so I don't even have to like go and do it. I don't have the itch to do it, and I can talk about it right now with y'all, in front of y'all, and open up more and talk a little bit more and talk a little bit longer, because I'm just like I'm past it now. I really am past it, and I'm really, really just proud to be, because it's an addiction, you know, and it's crazy that it really is a real life addiction. Like it really would have me like, and I'm opening up more about this because I'm just an honest guy. I mean, it's just a true thing. And I would just sit there and I would, like one night, I'm gonna tell this story now. Now, I'm gonna tell this story. So one night I have like $800 I'm playing with, just to gamble with, right? And I don't have a ton of money. I have like $1,000. So like, why am I betting with $800? I don't know. So I started off with 50, and it always started off bad for me. So I started off with 50, and I have this like parlay. It's like a 3-leg parlay. You know, the Lakers win, the Rockets win, the Steelers win, you know, during like football, basketball season. And like one team lost by a point. Oh, fuck. Damn, that payout would have been like $450. Roll it back, run it back. Let me do it again. Boom, put 100 down, double down. Ooh. And then like in my mind, I just would freak out, and I would have this like, you're like, oh fuck, where's my money? Like I got to get my money back. You know, I can't just go negative. Can't go out on a loss. Wow. Like that is the moment I realized how addicted I was, because that night I just kept going, and I lost all that money. And $800, like for me, like that is so, like that is literally life-changing money, because with about $800, it was around close to $1,100, I bought all of my camera equipment with, and all of my stuff that I've needed, like to really just start taking that next step to doing what I want to do. You see how everything comes back together, and really everything is built off just like 5 blocks. And it's just like, once I took that next step, I finally started to be able to record more and be able to do longer form videos and do stuff I enjoy like this. So back to my story, it was that night was the night I realized I had a super bad problem. And it slowly started from there. So whenever I would start crashing out, and like if I lose a bet by like a point, I wouldn't just throw all my money away. I'd throw like 50%. It would keep going, and it slowly got to the point to where I disabled all my accounts, took that big step to actually being clean from what I don't want to do, which is that. So that's just something I thought would be a good story for people to hear. So like if you're going through something, if you sports gamble. Now I'm going to talk about this a lot in this channel. I would almost talk about it probably once every month, maybe once every 2 months. I'm dead ass gonna talk about this. Stop gambling, bro. Stop. Just stop gambling. Like, you are not gonna make bread. If you win once and you win $1 million, stop. Like, if you end up actually getting that big, bro, nobody wins but the house. And once you like, if you do it for fun, that's different. If you have bread, even if you don't have, say you got $100 and you're betting with $2, 2% of your money, cool. Right, you 2%, no one's really worried. But that's not the people I'm talking about. So many people fall into a hole. 2%. I lost that. All right, fuck it. 4%. All right, and then you see how it just builds up, and then, you know, and so many people who would just take the advice that I'm saying would save themselves so much time, money, energy, stress, depression, everything. Because my gambling, like when I was in my bad spot in my life, when not really even wasn't like a bad spot, because I was a teenager. I was like 16, 17. That's not good. All right. That's not good. I might cut that out. But I was like a minor and gambling with my friends, money line with my friends. Yeah, just, it was a lot of money for me. So it really just hurt me because like I worked hard for that money. You know, that's when I also realized, like, when you're gambling, right, and you lose a lot of money, you are disrespecting yourself. Because say I get $600 on a paycheck and I blow it all. You just said, fuck all your hard work. I'm just gonna throw it down the toilet. It meant nothing. All that work you just did, all that time you just spent, because work, you only work for the money. Like that, so if you waste your time at work and you like, you still get paid, like you made your money, that's what matters at the end of the day. But if you just blow it, you just wasted your time. And that's when I realized, like, say you give me $50, it's my birthday. Oh, happy birthday. And then I go spend it on a parlay and it loses, of course. Now, if it wins, oh my God, different story. Still disrespectful in my opinion. But if I take it and I spend it, that's really kind of disrespectful to the person that gave you the money, because you just throw in there, you might as well just gave it back to him. You might as well have done anything else. Literally almost anything else besides buying drugs, like actual like meth, is probably like, and there's no point to gambling. It's the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, besides like drugs, heavy drugs. I smoke a little bit. But yeah, you know, I just thought it would be good for me to talk about some of these things. There's more I could talk about, but I think just being able to have discipline, take the first step, have some patience, and be able to live in the moment are 4 really, really, really big things. And that's kind of just what I covered here. You know, it started off with just living in the moment, but, you know, it's always more than just one thing. And I thought it would be good for me to just talk a little bit more about that. But also, for the last 2.5 months, I've been going to the gym every day. And that's something that has really, really, really changed my life, because how I feel every day and how much stronger I feel being able to like just pick stuff up and shooting basketball. When I want to make a video about this, like whenever I start doing more basketball focused content, but like whenever I started lifting more, dude, my shot is falling down like money. Like it is literally just like, effortless. Like the ball just feels like air. It just feels like just pushing air. Like it just feels so, and I'm not even that good of a shooter, but when I'm shooting better and it feels so much better. But it's like we just every day, and then taking a cold shower. I have not been doing this every day. It's been hotter. So I used to do my ice bath every day, but now it's not getting no ice. I gotta get a new ice maker. But I take a cold shower at least 4 times a week. And every time after you take that cold shower, after the gym, or even like when you wake up, bro, it literally changes your whole entire day. Like your whole body, all your senses are just like up 10, like plus 10 on everything. Really, for those. So if you was 70 overall in 2K, bro, you got no badges. If you take a cold shower, you at least an 80 overall, and you probably got like gold slasher and like silver limitless 3. Like you just automatically just get a boost for your day. My 2K heads probably get what I'm saying there. But yeah, that's just what I want to say too, because that's been a big step for me. Also, my ZV-1 camera I bought, not a super nice camera, but pretty nice for me. I enjoy it. So that's all I want to talk about. It was kind of more like an update life talk. I want to do more of these, so if you did enjoy, make sure you do leave a like and subscribe. And if you made it this far, this is kind of basic, but leave your favorite food in the comments. I want to know if anyone actually made it this far, so it'd be much appreciated. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.